Hello and thanks for stopping by again. I just want to share with you my log splitting and tree cutting experience. So on my property I had a few trees that I wanted to cut down. So what I did was go to my local dealer and purchase a small chainsaw, relatively small. It's a MS251 and steel says it's good for felling small trees, pruning and trimming and cutting firewood. This is actually a workhorse. So I cut down some trees and I had to get rid of the branches. So what I did was burn the branches. I did not have a wood chipper with me at the time. So burning worked out. But after you cut down the trees, burn the branches, and cut up the tree, now you're left with the logs. On the other hand, I did not want to cut down the trees on the side of my house, so I hired a professional who came in with his crew, and he did a great job. Took away the big parts of the tree and put the small parts in a chipper. Here are my big parts. Here are my logs that I cut up. And I decided to cut them up and save them and use them for firewood. So I purchased some more tools. Here on the left I have an axe. This is an axe that weighs 4 pounds. It has a sharp edge and a small rear portion. On the right hand side though is a maul. Now the maul has an edge not as sharp as the axe, and this maul weighs a hefty 8 pounds. On the rear it has looks like sort of a sledgehammer. And I'm just bringing this to your attention so you know what I'm using when you see me chopping the wood. So in order to chop the wood, it's good to have a hard flat surface. I used one of the tree stumps. I placed the log on the tree stump, and over that I placed a used tire. Now the used tire is going to hold this stump together as it gets split. So here I am splitting one of the logs, and this is a workout. It's a good workout. You know what they say about those farm boys who are lifting bales of hay and splitting wood? This is what they're talking about. So this took a few minutes. And finally it's split. So after I split it, I took the pieces and I put them on my firewood rack, my homemade firewood rack. Now this rack is made from treated lumber and cinder blocks. You can use as many or as few cinder blocks as you wish. I chose to use 12 by 8 by 16 cinder blocks, and I used one piece of 8-foot 2 by 6 treated lumber, and I took the 8 by 6 board and cut it in half, and that left me with two 4-foot pieces of wood. You're going to take the two 4-foot pieces and you're going to put them in the cinder blocks that are pushed close together. You're going to put one on each end, all right? And then you're going to stack your firewood in between them. And the pressure, the weight of the wood is going to hold your firewood rack together. Very simple. In the future, I'm going to cover up the firewood. The purpose of this rack is to keep the firewood off the ground so it does not rot. The logs I have, for now, they were on some blocks I had laying around, and I put some scrap end posts in the blocks just to keep them from rolling off. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something.